Hi, everyone. I'm here with John from AGCO, and we're here to talk about FarmerCore, which is really, I think, quite different than many of the other offerings out there. Something new that you just announced. And it really, from my perspective, seemed to have a farmer's focus, a focus really on the farmer's needs. Can you tell us more about that? Why did you start that? What inspired your group to start that?
There's certain parts of the world where we have where dealers are doing a fantastic job in service trucks already. There's certain parts where there's gaps, and we can accelerate or get more depth in those industries with the service offerings, the on-farm service intervention capabilities, right? So part of this strategy is all about understanding where is great, and where can we raise the entire water level across the organization. So parts of it isn't about doing necessarily things that nobody's thought about. It's how do we do it consistently at scale, and to flip the mindset of service trucks as as a backup or support to the in shop versus on farm first mindset. Come to shop if necessary, if needed, if an emergency, if you got to break down an engine, okay, yeah, bring it in. Anything you can do on farm, you can do on farm. So defaulting to an on farm mindset versus defaulting to an in shop tech. And again, nuances everywhere across the industry. I know that it's not one way everywhere, but in general, that is the mindset that we're trying to push, is on farm first. And for that, we need this the depth of the mobile assets to continue to increase across the network. And so there's certain things we're trying to do to help unlock and enable that I won't talk about. But that would be an area that we're really focused on, is that depth. And then how do we drive efficiency through it? So if you're now flipping the script to a high percentage of in shop to a high percentage of on farm, that is potentially a different way of operations. So to continue to anchor and focus on delighting the customer, we got to make sure that the dispatching thing is all figured out, that those trucks are enabled with the right toolings, the right capabilities. Maybe there's things you do slightly differently on farm to have to set up or something versus in a shop. And how do we try to get the efficiency of on-farm service to in-shop service about 1-to-1, because there's drive time. There's always some efficiency loss as you're doing things outside of your home base, so to speak. So the last piece I'll just anchor on is, I think there is a positive for most of the technicians, right? If I can operate as a remote mobile technician, or and have that truck in my house and have parts locations that I can go pick up that are 10 minutes away versus having to go in every morning and do a stand up at the shop that might be 50 minutes away. We know in our industry, labor and technician labor availability is a huge concern. So the more we can increase that pool of available technicians and skilled technicians, and make it where they are excited to go to work every day, they feel like they're in a really good spot, that's going to bleed down to the farmer, right? Anytime you deal with a person who likes doing what they're doing, it rubs off a little bit. So same mindset here. So I think those are three critical areas, right? The depth of the machines, the depth of the labor pool, and then efficiency, and trying to unlock efficiency through that mobile service as we increase it. Or maybe to answer your question in a slightly generic, but as much as probably I want to go into right now, that way.